and we're live. We're doing it.
Doing it live.
Uh, doing it live.
Hello.
Before we get started, I just want to say, make sure you hit like and subscribe below. Make sure you send us a note on apathetic/D&D enthusiasm.com/.
Brandon, that's not a
Patreon.
website. There's nobody watching right now, Brandon. There's nobody watching.
I know. That's why it's so great that I'm doing it.
Unless they're watching, after the fact on youtube.com/apathetic enthusiasm.
Not a real thing. Well, good evening, everybody.
Start over.
Good evening.
Fucked it up already.
I am Brandon Cruz, and I am your Dungeon Master of Ceremonies this evening for Session 8 of the Desert of Arayu. I am here today with three of my best friends in the world, one of which is Travis Menard. Travis, you are playing the wizard historian. He's a great guy. He's the best guy. The biggest spell books. Monty James. How are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm excited to see what tonight's adventures hold.
As am I. And as am I interested in knowing is how John Koffeld, how are you doing tonight? You, of course, play the fantastic little obstructionist troll, Caliban.
Are you talking about his character or him?
Both.
It might have some
I'm
blood in
doing.
it.
I'm doing legendary tonight, guys. Let's do this.
Legendary.
Feck yeah. You got some purple items ready to go.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Is that legendary? I thought that was epic.
Oh, you're right. Oh, damn. We did just have this World of Warcraft conversation.
Look at him fighting against the DM already.
I haven't even played since 2004. And I remember that.
Really? You haven't played since vanilla?
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. That's crazy. That's crazy.
And welcome everybody to our WoW podcast.
And finally, speaking of WoW podcast, we have the elusive, so lucid Kevin Reese. You are playing Zanari, the Aarakocra, which, by the way, in World of Warcraft, this is what John and I were talking about. It's Arakoa, and it's been throwing me off for the last 8 sessions.
I kept on trying to say it the right way, and you kept on saying Erico, and I was questioning myself.
Yeah.
I was like, are there silent letters in it? Is that why is that why he keeps saying it that way?
I didn't
Am
want
I am I the wrong one here?
No, I was definitely the wrong one this entire
Well, he was
time.
telling me earlier that if you said it wrong one more time, he was going to kick you from the group. And I was like, well, I just looked it up, and he's actually saying it correctly.
And that's when I said, okay, if I say it wrong one more time, I'm kicking myself out.
Yeah. So this might be a short session.
Yeah. Anyway, so thank you for joining us, Kevin, with your Arakoa. Oh no, I'm gone. Disconnect. Okay.
All right. I'm out of here.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right, here we go. We'll do, as always, a little bit of a recap for us here. Let me
Also, if you're watching right now, make sure to say hi in the chat so that we know that you're here. All right, Brandon, take it away.
I will not know that you're here because I don't follow chat. All right, session 8. Now, the three of you started
Is
off.
this session 8?
It is,
Mhm.
well, as far as I can
I
tell.
thought it was session 7.
Nah,
Damn
bruh.
it! I gotta change everything now. Okay, I'm good.
As of last session, you started off in Clargo, the three of you, traveling back through Junder's Crossing on your way over to Sandleville. You on the journey, you three spoke just a little bit, but not a lot of bit about each other, and it was an otherwise quiet and uneventful leg. There was a brief exchange between Zanari and Caliban, indicating an initial clash of culture, maybe a misunderstanding about how far Aarakocras have come in the world.
Hatred of birds.
Ignorance. It's different cultures. The three of you made it
Yeah,
back. To
maybe
Junder's
you're being disrespectful towards my culture of hating birds.
You all made it back to Junder's Crossing, where Monty really quickly got a bath from Brenda. Caliban got a letter from somebody, and Zanari does what he does best and drank. Uh, the next morning, you guys left Junder's Crossing and traveled west, where you came upon a canyon with a shaky slash shady rope bridge. Despite the amazing acrobatic talents of Caliban, he fell as he tried to sprint nimbly
Yeah.
across the bridge. Uh,
Don't
Acrobatically.
start this
And-
again.
he was caught partially by Zanari, who flew down to kind of try to break his fall. They landed on the ground, took a little bit of damage, but ended up awaking yellow and black flying stingy things that the three of you inevitably fought and killed. You climbed out of the canyon, and from there you continued on, stopping at a large rock, kind of almost like a little hill mountain. It's just a gigantic boulder overlooking the road. Um, you found out that it was known as Portimer's Rock, and that evening, while Monty and Zanari slept, Caliban was approached by a spirit claiming to once be a man named Jim Portimer. Portimer's ghost proceeded to ask Caliban to help seek justice. Justice. Wow, I need to stop drinking. Seek justice for Portimer's spirit
Or
since he was
drink more.
since he was murdered by an old associate named Brad Smith, an armor smith he claims is working in Sandleville. He didn't say how to find justice, but hopes that by doing so, his wife Diane and his daughter will know the truth. Caliban did not trust this ghost. Monty woke up and aligned immediately with Caliban, also not trusting the ghost. And Portimer's spirit, seemingly dismayed, disappeared back into the night. The very next morning, the
Point of
three of you-
order. Point of order. Hate to cut you off. I don't think I flat out agreed with Caliban in that situation.
Oh,
we were like birds of a feather.
and Zanari was like, yeah, I can attest to that. Like he plumed. Yeah.
You guys are just like me.
History is written by the victors, clearly.
The next morning, the three of you woke up and you proceeded to pack your shit up and get ready to head into Sandleville. And that is where we begin tonight's session. Tonight's session, indeed.
All right. I rolled 2 d20s for my foretelling, and they are awful. A 3 and a 2.
Hit me up. Is it what is foretelling again?
That's where I get to roll 2 d20s after a long rest, and then I can change dice rolls for me or somebody that I can see.
I mean,
using-
at least if any of us get a critical fail, you could be like, nope, he
no,
got
I,
a
ha-
2,
I have to.
not a
I have
1.
to do it beforehand. So,
Oh, well.
like I could say for this attack roll, I want to use, one of my foretellings, or in the case of rolling a 3 and a 2, probably for the person that's trying to hit me. So
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys wake up in the morning. Right now, you're looking at a nighttime version of Portimer's Rock, but just imagine, use your theater of the mind to that it is morning time. The sun's coming up. I know Zanari, you had tried capturing some images in the morning of the sun rising, and capturing images of that. And that's how we begin. You wake up. If it's per standard, Travis, you're gonna call your unseen servant and make everybody breakfast.
Make
You
himself
don't know
breakfast.
me. Maybe I want to save my spell slots.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, let me take a step back.
Yeah. So I get up.
breakfast. Wait, there's a breakfast spell?
I get up and I kind of like there's the sort of like dry air is starting to like make my skin a little itchy from a lack of moisturizer. But I get up and I cast Mage Hand and start working on setting up a fire so that we can have breakfast.
Uh, I'm up because I had the last watch and didn't let the fire go out.
The,
But
the mage
but
hand is basically just moving sticks around. It's not doing anything effective. He's just trying to look important.
wait, can anybody actually see it?
Yeah, his
Yeah,
his
yeah.
his mage hand isn't an
Yeah.
invisible mage hand.
Oh, okay. So we just see like basically a thing is just floating around.
He's wearing a white glove, right? Like a little Mickey Mouse hand.
With
3 fingers. Yeah, or yeah, he's just kind of. Oh boy. Anyway, good morning, Zanari. Anything exciting happen on your watch?
No, it was rather uneventful.
Wow, how
Did you
exciting!
did you do any painting?
I did try to capture something, but I did not like the way it turned out, so
Oh,
into the fire it went.
well,
Well,
it's too bad.
yeah, that's a shame. Is that what I smell? Is that the paint? Is that are these non-toxic paints that you're using?
I had not got to the painting process yet.
Oh,
It
okay.
was just my basic sketch.
Hmm. All right. Good stuff. Well,
Don't be too hard on yourself, Unari. I'm sure it would have turned out fine.
It may have turned out all right, but I did not like the progress it was making.
you know, I appreciate your candor with your failed attempts at the creative process, but you just got to keep trying, man. Well, anyway, you guys
Hey,
remember a ghost from last night?
Travis, before you ask about the ghost, just do a charisma. Roll
Ooh.
charisma for me.
Charisma,
Yeah.
See if you-
charisma,
Pissed off Unari.
just straight charisma.
Yeah.
17.
All right. You in your your motivational speech for sucking at art, you seem to be fairly convincing.
Good. That's right, I am. So it almost seems like a dream now, but Caliban, do you remember having a conversation with the late Jim Portimer?
I remember a great many things. But, I do actually. It wasn't a dream. It did actually happen. If you believe in ghosts, at least. Which I'm not so sure it was a ghost, but I do remember Jim Portimer coming here and claiming to be a ghost and saying that
Did
he was
you-
murdered.
Always the skeptic. That's what I like about you.
Did you shake his hand or attack him?
I might have poked him with a stick or two, but some
Was
magic is more powerful than others.
was the stick your rapier?
It
Whoa,
might
hey.
have been.
What did did you stab a man last night?
Well, he wasn't. He claimed to be a ghost. What was I to do? And it didn't
Was-
hurt him. So
So
No
I'm
harm, no
gonna think he
foul.
maybe was a ghost.
So
that's
ha-
one
ha-
conclusion.
have you met many people that you can put your rapier through without making them, I assume, he did not bleed?
Well, you learn new things every day. Didn't want to just assume that just because I was able to stab him without cutting him, that it makes him a ghost. He could just be, I don't know, like an invisible
Cloudy.
man. Yeah. There's strange magic all over the place.
Cloud.
What
Cloud.
we have, we have gems that can just create things out of thin air. It's just not so hard to believe that there might be a gem that can make a man
Well,
immune to
two
stabbings.
two of us have gems that do something.
Well, my gem does stuff. Just not as so outgoing as yours.
Well, I for one would like to ask around once we hit Sandleville and see if we can get some more information about
Well,
Jim's plight.
if you believe the ghost to be telling the truth, then I guess we should go find this Bradley Smith.
I'm not sure whether or not he's telling the truth
You,
or
if you
not,
want us
but
to go and kill this Bradley Smith for the ghost,
that's not what I said. I said I want to go investigate and get more information about the situation.
I think you are judge, jury, and executioner. No, we only have the execution left.
Well, that's very forward of you.
But I agree. I do not think we should just jump to conclusions. But we'll see what we find when we get there.
Well, shall we? Shall we head off towards Sandleville?
Indeed.
Yeah.
You guys spend a little bit of time. You make breakfast. You eat the breakfast. There's an uncomfortable silence with the
That's why you
weird.
don't speak at all during.
No, with the random judge, jury, and executioner tirade that Caliban went on.
During this process, that I whisper to Zanari, I'm not sure Caliban's much of a morning person. He seems a little frustrated.
Did I not
today.
agree with you?
I was whispering. You didn't hear me.
I whispered back, Monty, does he not always seem a bit testy?
All right, that's a fair point.
Kaufel, sorry, John. Force habit. Sorry, old habits die hard. Roll a perception.
20.
All right,
Rigged.
you Caliban notices Monty leaning over to Zanari and whispering something, and then Zanari whispering back, which is a little bit louder because like the air comes through his beak nostrils.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
you can't really whisper. I've never heard a bird whisper. Oh, so are we keeping secrets now? And
We just,
I get up and I acrobatically leave the campsite.
Nimbly?
roll an acrobatics.
Hell yeah.
Roll acrobatics.
14.
All right. No, that's good. You're sitting there in kind of like a crisscross applesauce style, and you kick your feet out and just like roll backwards, and then go hop, and do like a rolling back flip.
Nice.
Man, weird flex. Am I right, Zanari?
No kidding.
All right.
All right. So all my stuff is packed up, and I'm ready to hit the road.
You guys head out and you start walking back on the road, head back down the mountain pass, and back down towards the road. And then I'll switch you guys over to this one and start heading back. Well, not heading back, heading in the direction of Sandleville. As you may recall, last session, you guys paused for the evening at Portimer's Rock because Sandleville was still a few miles off. You could see the lights, but you figured that this was a good enough time to stop. Because it's only a few miles left, you rapidly find yourself walking into Sandleville. Indeed, as you approach the town, you approach a large wooden gate. You hear a guard shouting from an unseen post, hailing your arrival, just like, "Hey, welcome to Sandleville!" And some people look around like, why are they just saying hi to those guys and not me? But just press on. As you pass the gate, it seems fairly new. It seems fairly recently built. A few kids run past you, the three of you. One of them bumps into Zanari as they rush past. That same one looks back at him and kind of giggles, snickers, and then keeps running off. A few merchants stand on the side of the road, just hawking their wares, trying to
And loogies.
bread, Oats. Spitting stuff like that. You,
So
um,
dumb.
Monty, you kind of catch a whiff. It's a kind of a pungent smell. It's a mixture of um, baked bread and baked cow pies. It's not really the best smell that you can remember in recent history. But it eventually, as you guys keep walking, it gives way to the a sweeter smell of flora, and you pass by a desert floral boutique as you get further into the city. Along the road, you see signs of various stores and with them arrows pointing the way towards specific businesses and landmarks. You get to an intersection where you see a sign that points north and it says Pepperton office. Pointing to the south, it says Astley's weaponsmith and Bradley's armorsmith. And to the west, there's yet another arrow that says Town Hall and Riverview Crest Tavern and Inn. Where you guys are standing, as you look, if you're looking at the map on this main screen, it's a little bit small, but you are basically near the hall. I think, yeah, the right one.
And which way did we come in from?
You came in from the east, so you came the opposite side of the river.
Okay.
Now, is this whole area that we're in considered the cat bowl?
I
Just litter everywhere.
full disclosure, I this is random names. Not that creative to come up with the name Cat Bowl. But yeah, I would say that for shits and grins, Cat Bowl is what it's entirely called. The fenced-in area.
And I
Well,
noticed the Pepperton Company sign and to my companions, gentlemen, this way to the Peppertons.
Oh, but I also see that a sign pointing to the armorsmith.
Did
Now,
we have business there?
I believe that it was where Bradley Smith worked, the man who supposedly killed Jim.
Remember.
I got this.
Okay, all right, you got it.
Uh,
You got it. C-
Caliban, please. I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Well, didn't we discuss
Bradley
it?
Smith. You you told me that you guys spoke with
Didn't
a
we
specter.
discuss it on the walk over here between Bridgelet?
I'm sorry. I remember much awkward silence and you with some snide remarks about birds.
Well, but yes, but in between the snide remarks, I specifically remember saying that Jim Portimer was potentially, allegedly, possibly killed by a Bradley Smith that worked at the armorsmith.
I just remember you saying that you wanted to kill him.
It's
This
pretty early
is-
in the day. Why don't we swing by the armorsmith on our way toward the Pepperton Company?
Isn't it in the opposite direction?
Yeah, we'll
says it
take
goes
the
south.
we'll take the scenic route. Get our bearings in the town.
What
you know?
scenic route has you going the opposite direction?
The most scenic routes.
But the day is young.
Let's
It's
stop.
only-
Let's stop in Junder's Crossing, and then we'll head up to Pepperton's after that.
I am in no rush. Perhaps I will find something to paint along the way.
Well, we could also split up, but I don't
No,
know.
no,
I just have
I
a
think it's
feeling
best
that
if we
isn't a
stay
great
together.
idea. In strange town, you don't know how these Sandleville people are. I've been getting bad looks ever since we got
How
here.
does Sandleville feel compared to Genders Crossing or Key Largo?
Well, I will say that as Caliban says, you don't know how you don't know if you can trust these Sandville people. A woman, probably late 20s, early 30s, is walking hand in hand with a child, and shoots a dirty look Caliban's way, and pulls her son closer.
Specifically at Caliban, or
Yes.
I shoot back with my crossbow. No, I'm just kidding.
Roll for initiative.
No, I'm kidding.
She's a witch.
She just attacked me with her child. What am I supposed to do?
She,
She, would she
it's a,
attacked you with the child, like threw
the-
the kid at you?
it's a +3 to hit
She
child.
threw a dirty look at me. She shot a dirty look at me.
Yeah.
How is this town different from Clargo or Junder's Crossing? It's different from Junder's Crossing in the sense that it is a larger town. It's much more heavily populated. There's more people wandering around. The streets look a little bit modern. I mentioned the gate as you walked in. How it's a newer gate. Junder's Crossing, you don't see anything new as you've walked through there. It's similar to Clargo that it is a larger city and that it doesn't have broken windows in it. That you have seen so far.
Cool.
I start to lead us in the direction of the armor smith, and as we walk, I kind of scan the area for the different shops and to see if there's any like bookstores or libraries in town.
Damn it! Sorry, I
Hey, Brandon.
opened. Yeah.
Just real quick, if I recall correctly, that when we were talking to Jim Portimore, alleged ghost, he said that there was a ring, right? That Bradley or whoever murdered him might have if he was murdered.
He had said that he had a
Pocket
pocket
watch.
watch.
Packet
Oh,
watch.
pocket watch.
Yeah,
Okay.
with an inscription on the back side of it,
Yeah.
from his
Okay.
wife Diane.
Okay, that jogs my memory.
Jim
Yep.
with love. Fan.
J- Travis, you mentioned looking around for any kind of bookstores or anything like that.
Yeah.
A guy comes out and says, "Oh yeah, I see you're looking for a bookstore, huh? Nope, don't have any of those." Moving on. Just kidding.
Monty, is he
I
a mind
wasn't
reader?
calling out bookstore. Bookstore. Does anyone have
No.
a?
You look like a fucking nerd, and somebody's like, "You look like the kind of nerd that wants a bookstore."
Well, so we
I'm,
probably
I'm
walked
joking about that. I'm
I'll
joking
We
join
about
probably
the
walked
group
a-
here.
by a store that looked like it had a bunch of books in it, but it turned out it was just like a shelf decoration store, and they were all fake books.
Uh,
So-
Travis, do me a favor. Roll a investigation.
Ooh, that's a 1. I mean,
Okay.
it's a 7, but
Yeah.
it's a 1.
You keep an eye out for any kind of bookstore or library or some place that sells books. You've walked through the city, walked past a bunch of businesses, and although you've kept an active eye looking for those, there's a lot of different smells, as I mentioned, the baked bread, baked cow pie smell. Lots of folks. And in that kind of confusion, you haven't noticed any bookstores or.
Can I keep an eye out for any bookstores as well?
Did you say baked cow pie?
I did.
Ew.
He said it twice now.
It's the desert. You got to make do with what you have.
Thank you.
In Scotland, they
Crusted
burn
cow
peat.
pie.
Here.
Do you want to have noticed a bookstore, or were you actively?
Well,
looking?
I'm just like I'm kind of just keeping my eye open for one because I've
Okay.
noticed. I know that Monty has asked in our previous stop about him, so I'm just kind of like, keeping an eye out.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you also watching for painting supply stores?
No,
Perception.
'cause I don't care about what birds want. 13.
13. Yeah. You keep an eye out. And you've seen a couple of smaller signs, not as big as the signs at the crossroads pointing at the Pepper Tin or the weaponsmith or armorsmith or the town hall, whatever. But you do see a smaller sign that says Pyander's Books
Okay.
to the south.
All right. I tell Monty that. I pointed out to him.
Oh,
He points it out to you.
I might
Hey,
be interested
Monty.
in. I might be interested in stopping in there if we find ourselves some time. How far are we from Pepper? Or we're going to Armorsmith, right?
I don't know. I don't know. Are you? Is that where
Yeah,
you?
we were
I thought
walking towards the Armorsmith.
Okay. Um, you as you turn south towards the armor smith, um, you can see a sign, the traditional medieval sign that has a suit of armor carved out in wood hanging from the doorway. Oh God! Oh God! Somebody posted something funny. I don't know. I missed.
No, I'm picturing a suit of armor carved out of wood.
You haven't seen that?
No,
uh,
the most traditional medieval signs that I can think of is like a piece of wood carved into a shield. He said a suit of armor. I just found it humorous.
I imagine it's like a
I guess
drawing
it's
one.
dangling from the top.
Yeah, it's a full suit of wooden armor.
Just like a guy outside the store wearing it.
Yeah, like flipping
Spinning
a
a
sign.
sign
Flipping a
this
sign,
way
yeah.
for armor.
Yeah. Oh shit. Um, a little bit further down the road, past that full armor sign, you see a similarly hanging sign, but much smaller of a book. Um,
Oh,
yeah.
Is that sorry.
Jesus Christ! Did you say something in that?
he said pianters
Sneeze.
as he sneezed.
Is that pine? Sorry.
My
You,
God!
you,
Like it directly into the microphone.
Came
you
on
don't.
suddenly.
Jeez, sneeze boy. Can I give negative inspiration? Is that a thing I could do?
Disadvantage on all acrobatics checks from here on out.
Do an acrobatics check on sneezing.
Aw.
I want to go into the armor.
Okay. You don't know if it's Pyanders from where you are. You haven't even passed the armor smith yet, John.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. You want to go to the you want to stop into the armor smith. Okay. Um, where the hell did it go? Oh, here it is. Whee. All right.
Oh shoot! There it is.
There you are. You find yourself.
That looks like an armor smith.
Yeah. Kind of turn the corner. It's a fairly open little area here, and you see. By the way, yes, I use the same models for most people because it's too much work otherwise.
No judgment.
Yeah.
You see you see a man as you walk around the corner. It looks like a little foyer with a couple rooms that go deeper into the building. Uh, and the man looks up and says, "Ahoy there!
Good
What
morning.
what 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 can I help you with, what can I help you with, gentlemen?"
Oh, we've just come into town and we're doing a little shopping to see what sort of supplies are available in your good city.
Ah, yes, supplies. Yes, absolutely. I got, I got, I got,
Now, calm down.
I'm sorry. I've got what they call a little stutter. You'll have to apologize. I have to apologize. This man that you see, he's kind of got an average. Oh, sorry. Like he's kind of short. He's kind of stumpy, fat. He's got white eyes, frazzled black hair. His face is fairly large. He's got large ears, and obviously, as you've talked to him briefly, you hear that he has some kind of stutter.
What's the
Perhaps
layout
you
of the shop, by the way? Like,
Uh,
do we see any doors in here or
yeah,
just like
you
shelves?
yeah you see there's a door right. Fuck man, this stupid magic mouse is annoying. There's a door
Yeah,
right
I
there.
see where you're pointing. Okay.
And then you kind of walk past it, but there's a door up there as well. Um, I have you guys in this
Outside
position.
the shop?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Okay.
uh, those doors lead into the building itself. This is kind of like an entryway where there's a display of some armor, some breastplates, and some gauntlets, just kind of hanging there.
Interesting.
And what is this your shop, sir?
Yes, yes. This is my shop. Welcome to Bradley's Armor Smithing. I can. I. It looks like you're three adventurers. What can I help you? What can I help you? Are you looking for anything good?
Well, I tend to avoid the heavy armors myself, but these two may be able to find something of interest here. Did you say your name was Bradley?
Yes, I am Bradley. Yes, this is my shop.
Hello, Bradley.
Hello. What's your name?
My name is Cal.
Cal. I once knew a Cal a long time ago. He was
Oh,
kind of a jerk, and he tried to steal my girlfriend. But this, that's in the past now.
I see. That's quite the story. I'm just here to look at the armor. Um, thank you for that.
What kind of armor kind of are you looking at?
Well, the good kind. Oh my God.
No, kiss me.
Ah,
Kiss me, honey.
Hey.
Where-
It's an orc kiss. It's an elf orc kiss.
We've lost our DM for the moment. So I that was something.
Are
Ca-
you
I-
all right there, Bradley?
Bradley suddenly goes silent as he works in his books, settling the records.
I pull.
Bradley, your eyes seem to have glossed over. Are
I-
you there?
He goes into a bit of a trance.
I pull Monty and Zonari aside. So what's the plan here?
This is your show.
We shouldn't just accuse the man. But
No, I don't really use armor myself, but maybe if you guys sort of do some shopping, maybe look at getting something fixed, and I'll sort of just kind of talk to him a little bit and see if we can get any
Yeah.
information out of him.
well, that is one plan.
I think I'm going to.
No, I think you should talk to him. Keep him busy.
Okay.
Zunari, if you don't mind, acting like a customer and shopping around.
Cal, I do not use armor.
What is all this? And I ruffle his feathers. What is all this? Is this there's no armor underneath this?
I mean, I'm
You don't
wearing
use
clothes.
armor either.
I just don't wear armor.
Do any of
I
us
have-
wear armor?
I wear leather,
Okay.
but more.
I have unarmored defense.
This was the wrong shop for us to go to.
Yeah, well, maybe you should, since you don't have any armor, you can pretend that you are interested in.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
But it never hurts. Feather protection. That is an important attribute.
All right.
But,
Well, we'll
we'll
just wait for him to finish with his bookkeeping before.
Yeah.
Cal-
we
Cal-
start.
So
I
we,
do not think you are an expert on anything bird related.
that may be true, but I can at least pretend to be. But
I can as well pretend to be interested in armor.
but Jim said that there might be a pocket watch here. Maybe if you can keep him busy, I can take a look for it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. You do a little digging. You look for the pocket watch while I distract him, and I'm gonna pretend Portimer's like an old friend, and ease that into some conversation and see how he reacts.
Sounds like a good idea. Well, what's taking him so long?
He, he says he's coming back, guys. And Justin, you give him too much credit. All right, all right. So I'm going to go over and have a one-sided conversation
Oh,
with.
look who's back.
Hello.
Uh,
Hello.
so
Well, we
back.
solved that
I-
crime.
yeah, we figured it out. He confessed. it
Here's
all
the
worked out.
head that the dead Bradley.
You guys were browsing his wares as he went to do some bookkeeping, is what
Okay.
I
And
I
we
gathered.
had a
Exactly.
conversation.
I missed the conversation piece.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of our backstories. Kind of.
The theories
Got all
about
those
what
off
just
our
happened
chest.
in chat, Brandon, are
Yeah.
100% Justin. But
Okay.
Bradley. I'm wondering. As an individual who has never really worn armor himself, what's the sort of thing I should look for? I'm looking for something that's light, not too bulky, more form fitting. And as I'm talking to him, I kind of try to position myself in such a way to block his view, so that it's mostly just I'm like maybe angling him a little bit away, and sort of standing in front of him.
Yeah. And while he's doing that, I'm kind of just casually, slowly drifting to the back towards this door.
Okay. All right. Uh, do sneaky sneak.
Stealth.
Stealth.
Yeah. you have to
27.
you have to bear with me. I'm getting back into how to do things.
Really scrambled your brain, huh?
Told you to lock that office, man.
27.
You did. you did. No shit. All right.
27. My God, he disappears.
It
Throws down a smoke pellet. Just.
Hi, Chelsea.
from what you can tell, based on how Monty is positioned within in his line of sight, and on your experience on sneaking around, you feel fairly confident that you are hidden from his view.
Okay. Can I get to the door? And is it locked?
What the fuck? You check the knob, and it is not locked.
Okay, I want to go inside.
Okay, go head on in. Head on in.
Now, Bradley, the metallic armors, they don't agree with me. I mean, what is something lighter that I could wear?
Yeah, but I've got reinforced silk.
That is very interesting. I have an old friend from this part of town. I'm hoping to catch up with him while I'm here. Goes by the name of. Yeah, it's Jim Portimer. I mean, he's a friend from a long time ago. He was saying that this might be a place where I could get some good like leather armor.
Jim Portimer, you say?
Oh yes, acquaintance from back in my days at university, and I want to intently sort of look at Bradley and try to gauge his reaction as I mentioned Jim's name.
Okay. Yeah. Is that perception? What would that
I
be?
would think it'd be perception.
Insight, maybe?
Yeah. There you go. Let's
Insight?
do some insight. We haven't done insight in a while.
17.
Yeah, when you mentioned that Jim, even before you got to the Portimer, you saw a reaction happen from that.
Okay.
And going further into the Portimer portion of it, just kind of solidified your recognizing that something was going on with
Okay.
it. How do you know Jim?
Like I said, he's a old friend from a long time. But do you know Jim? Are you two friends?
Well, we were friends a long time ago, but you know he's dead, right?
What? No, I hadn't heard. And I really kind of like try to sell it, right? Like this is terrible. I was really hoping he
Roll deception for me, good sir.
14.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't mean. I sorry. I didn't know he was dead.
Uh, uh,
I step in on this one and just, Brad, you are the one that just told us he is dead.
You're you're right. You're right. I just haven't heard that name in so long.
well,
Do
well,
you
what
do you
what
know what
happened
happened
to him?
to him?
Yeah, how did he die?
I, he stutters a little bit more than he was stuttering initially.
More than usual.
more than usual. They never. They don't really know how he died. He just kind of. The, I heard he had an accident.
That's terrible news. Is his family all right? Are they still in town?
Yeah, his wife Diane's just a couple blocks away from here. I'd stop in on her for now and then, just to see how she's doing. Um, while while that conversation is going on, John, as you walk in that room, ignore that little staircase there. There's
Okay.
not actual staircase. Fuck.
Stargate?
Staircase.
Is it a
Stargate?
Stargate?
There's a Stargate there.
Brad, everybody, Brad.
It's just a staircase there, but it's just going up to nothing.
Yeah, it's just
It's like the Winchester House.
it's like a Banksy. It's actually just a painting of a staircase on
Oh,
the
that's
floor.
I should get that bird guy here. You'd like to see this.
You walk into the room. It's a quaint, decorated, common area. There's some pictures on the wall, some landscape paint pictures. Um, there's a bench when you walk in. Directly to the south of you, there's just kind of some portraits of women in armor. However you feel about that. And there are two
Like Boris Vallejo type stuff.
like heavy metal.
Same deal. Okay.
Okay, all right, yeah. I don't know his name, the names of the people in there. Two doors to the south, one door to the west of you.
So is there any like chests or like a desk or anything in this room? Anything that would likely have like things in it or like personal effects or anything like that?
No chests, no. The the dresser directly to the south that has two drawers on either end of it. But that's the only kind of
Just want to quickly
container.
check out the dresser.
Okay.
Just like quickly open it and look inside, see what's in there.
Okay. Do investigation.
22.
Okay. All right. You open up the first drawer.
And you understand all of his secrets.
Yeah. You realize that he's actually the Prince of Thieves,
Oh wow.
named
Kevin
Hobbenwood.
Costner.
Yeah. He's the mailman. The first door you open up, there's you don't find anything. You just going rummaging
Mhm.
through it real quick. You see maybe like some old screwdrivers and some thread. It seems more like a junk drawer. The second drawer you go through, there's a quill, There's some ink. There's um, a couple what look to be undeveloped pictures. So I don't
Yeah.
know if that works in fantasy world.
And like specifically when I'm looking through,
Microfilm.
specifically when I'm looking through these rooms, I'm looking for anything that might be like a secret compartment, or like specifically I'm looking for this pocket watch that we know about.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's kind of what my thinking is.
I'll keep that. I'll keep that in mind as you go through the rooms.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh, would
And you said there's just another room to the over here, right?
yeah. Two
Okay.
rooms to the south. One room to the west.
I'll go to the room to the west first.
Okay. All right.
Take a look inside. See what I find.
Okay. All right.
Just
Uh,
tables of pocket watches.
as far as the eye can see.
Each
uh,
one has an engraving on the back.
each by a different woman. You go into this room, and there's to immediately to your right. There's not a door that blocks the door. You just walk right in. There's a staircase immediately to the right. Looks like it goes upstairs. Stupid.
Hmm. Interesting.
A gigantic diamond shaped rug in the middle of the room. It's similar to the room that you just came from. It's another kind of common area. This one seems to be more of a, a playroom, if you will. There's a table in the upper right hand corner that you see playing cards. Um,
Would you say the rug really ties the room together?
if you were there, I would have you roll on it. But since you're not, I'll say that
But
I
what
can't
about
tell you.
custom armor for like bird-shaped like humanoids? That's
So, is there anything in this room that's out of the ordinary? Like, it doesn't sound like it, but like, is there anything that catches my eye when I'm just kind of doing a quick glance around?
Just do a quick perception check.
17.
Other than the staircase that is oddly placed directly to your right, there's nothing on cursory glance that jumps out at you.
Do I see what's at the top of the stairs from down here? Like,
There's a th-
can I see if it leads into a room or something?
yeah, there's a wooden kind of hatch at the top with numbers, 7 numbers on it. It's a lost
Really?
reference. No, no. I wish I'd prepared that,
Oh.
but no. It just looks like a wooden hatch.
4, 8,
at the top.
15, 16, 23, 42. Is that what's at the top?
Oh,
So I open the hatch
okay.
and I stare at the bald man that's looking down at me.
um,
you have to put the cork back in the island.
okay. I'll as you open that up, we're gonna go back over
Okay.
to Kevin and Travis as you're doing your talking.
Yeah, I don't know. This feels a little tight around the midsection. I don't know. I think maybe this isn't the right fit for me.
Well, no. It's just fine. It's tell me, do your friend know Jim? Did you, and he turns over to Zanari. Like,
Oh, I mean, we haven't been companions for too long. We actually met in the area. I actually don't know. Do you know Jim? I ask Zenari.
Only the stories you have told me of him. He seemed like a pretty good guy. It is a shame that he was befallen by an accident. I'll leave that extra little pause there just to and gauge a reaction if there is one.
Terrifying.
Uh, he he picks up a slight tone in the bird, but he said, but he kind of looks and then brushes it off like, uh, you, you you bird people. What kind of stories did have you what kind of stories did he tell you about Jim? What what have you heard about the accident? But this is that a befallen joke?
uh, I heard he was a very good man, and I heard it seemed odd that he would just fall.
Well, if and he turns over to Monty. You knew Jim. You knew how clumsy he was. He fell down all the time, right?
I mean, it was college, and there were some parties. Everybody falls down from time to time, but I don't particularly recall him being a clumsy individual. I, I what has happened since he died? Is he did anyone look into, like, was anyone with him when he died?
Uh, as you're asking him that, he kind of he puts one of his pudgy little fingers up to his cheek, and it looks back. He looks up at you. Like, you said in college, Jim didn't go to college. What was that? What do you mean? What do you? How did you know Jim again?
The gym that I knew was back from my college days. I went to the Teystone School of Divination. I've worked under Professor Elgor. We've done a lot of traveling, but that was the gym that I knew from this area. Are you sure we're talking about the same person?
Do good job, John. I caught that one that time. uh, do a do deception again for me.
Deception.
I guess I could have done persuasion. It's fine. Doesn't matter.
Deception's 4.
Um. Ye- yeah, that's fine. Whatever. We're sticking with it. We're sticking with deception. Damn it. The only times I knew Jim, he never went to the college. What did you say your name was again?
Oh, name's Montana James. Nice to meet you. And I put my hand out for a handshake.
He offers a handshake back to you hesitantly. Nice to meet you, Monty. And he grabs your hand, and squeezes, uncomfortably. Not uncomfortably, like creepy, but
not like this.
Like real, just soft, uncomfortable. Like, oh, why is he holding my hand like this?
Like when you put your middle finger inside, like that kind of uncomfortable.
more more of an uncomfortable, as in not a friendly firm.
Okay.
And he pulls his hand, tries to pull his hand away from him.
Yeah, I release it without resistance.
Uh, What what are you gentlemen really doing here?
Well, well, if I could be honest with you, uh,
And before
uh,
you do that, John,
Yeah.
we're going back to you.
going
Uh,
back to John.
So I just opened the hatch.
Back to John. He just opened up the hatch. Up at the top of the hatch, there's uh, a dark room. There's a bunch of old furniture, kind of covered up in white sheets. You see some cobwebs up there, and an old dresser with a mirror that also is kind of dusty. In another trunk in the corner. I don't have a map for this, so use your imagination.
Okay. Um, you said there was an old trunk in the corner.
Yeah.
I go ahead and I go kind of take a look at that. I think.
Okay. You as you're looking at the trunk, you just kind of run your hands over it, kicking up a little bit of dust. Roll a Constitution. I don't know how many you do this.
A constitution?
3.
Yeah, you rolled a 3. You some of
Did I
this
miss
dust. Did it? Was it a 3? You must have whispered. It.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. That's Constitution save, but yeah, whatever. It's fine.
Oh, is it supposed to be just a straight Constitution check?
Yeah.
It doesn't make a difference. It's a 1+1 either way.
Okay. Some of the dust rises up as you run your hand along the chest, and it gets in your nose, and then it makes you cough.
I can't.
I don't think that's fake.
Holy!
Roll for dust allergy.
Oh god! Oh, it's in my eyes.
Uh,
Am I okay?
you're okay. Nothing bad happens to you other than you having a random coughing fit.
Yeah.
Do you are you as you try to lift it up, and the lid doesn't actually budge.
Is it locked or is it stuck?
Um, you can do investigation.
Yeah.
No.
5.
You cannot tell immediately if it's stuck or if it's locked. Uh, you kind of run your fingers along the seam, kind of pry it up a little bit as you go, and it doesn't seem to give any on the edges at all, like
Interesting.
in the center or the edges.
I try to force it open
Okay.
with
Uh,
some of my tools. Crowbar.
okay. All right. You have a crowbar in there?
I do have a crowbar. It's my handy pocket crowbar.
Okay. All right. If you can use your tools, right?
Well, I mean, it's up to you,
Yeah. Go ahead.
and I can do it with any attribute too.
Okay. Do it. Use your tools with a little bit of dex. I was gonna say sleight of hand. I guess. I don't know if that's the right one, but
Well, I mean, a attribute would be strength, dexterity,
oh,
constitution.
do
melee.
it. Do it with dexterity then.
Okay. 12.
Okay. Double check on mine. Okay. You using your crowbar deftly, fairly silently, you're able to pry it open, and in the center you hear the lock kind of just give away. um
Okay.
you find that it was locked and it wasn't stuck,
Okay. All right.
but
I open it
clearly a shitty lock.
and I pull out a lantern.
Of the Out of the chest.
No,
I
out
know.
of my pocket. Pocket lantern.
Okay. um okay. As you I'm assuming you light it. You lift it.
Yes.
You lift it up. You hold it into the chest,
Hmm.
and
See what I
um,
can see.
investigate the chest for me.
Okay. 13.
Okay. Within the chest, you find a um, a couple of old photographs, um, a couple of
Oh,
handwritten
photographs?
photographs.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fairly new thing in this world. You find
Polaroids or digital or
Yeah, we're going back to the micro microfilm. Or like those old like slides that goes in the circle thing. You
Are
use
they
it
like
for
on glass plates?
yeah.
yeah. There's an album in there with like rose petals that are in between sheets to seemingly preserve them. And then you also find a pocket watch.
Buried the lead.
Cool. I take so what are these photographs of?
Photographs are
Jim's wife.
Yeah. Him murdering Jim.
Wait, is her name Pam?
no, it's Diane.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
No, it's more women in scantily clad leather.
Okay. I take the pocket watch and the photos of Jim being murdered by Bradley Smith with them wearing name tags to make it even easier to identify him.
You put like little labels
Yeah.
on each one of them and string like Jim. Uh,
I, I,
uh,
I take it and I head back
okay,
downstairs.
all
All
right.
right, so let me be honest with you, Bradley. we some actual friends of Jim's hired us to get to the bottom of his disappearance and figure out what happened. And the truth is, somebody was there the night that Jim died, and there were some witnesses, and we have it on good authority that you actually had something to do with his death that night.
Me, dude. I I was friends with Jim. I didn't ever do anything like that to him. We're friends. Well, I'd never. And how dare you? How dare you even insinuate that?
Why do you check on his wife so often?
He he snaps his head at you real quick, like a snap, and then he dies because he broke his neck. Because he's my friend. He's my friend, and I want to make sure Diane and Pam, thanks, Travis, are taken care of. I want to make sure they're good. I want to make sure they're safe.
Are they in danger?
D- danger? No. They just need somebody looking over them.
Well, it's unfortunate that they no longer have Jim looking over them, isn't it?
It would be really nice if someone barged into the room right now with a critical piece of evidence that could pin you to Jim's disappearance.
I'm currently napping on one of the beds. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, Am I able to sneak back into this?
Y- y-
Well, first of all, does this pocket watch have the inscription that we were looking for? So I didn't ask that.
yeah. You you take you as you took the watch out of the trunk, you did in fact look at the back of the watch, and you did see the inscription on the back that says, "Jim, if I could turn back time, I'd give it all to you. Love, Diane."
Okay.
Um,
And
and
I
and there's also a picture of her scantily clad in a
oh
sailor's
dang.
outfit.
Is that why he says ahoy when you come into his shop?
Oh, oh.
What
Um,
so
it's it's
what
it's
were
in
the
it's in your
what were
journal.
the photos of?
I meant before.
Those were personal, John.
uh, just women in leather,
It's a nice
and
pocket watch.
in some ways he's the medieval equivalent of shady ass photographers who get women, uh, you know, get them naked and take pictures. In some ways, in many ways, that's what it seemed like to you.
Okay.
Specifically. All right. So after you do that, then you head down out of this
Yeah,
upstairs.
I try to stealthily head back into the room.
Okay. Y- y- yeah, he's in the middle of this kind of confrontation between Zanari and Monty. He does not see you, or you
Okay.
can't tell if he sees you walk in or not. Again, you feel confident.
Hey Monty, I might have found something back here that you might like.
What?
You
An armor piece that would be perfectly suited for you. If you don't mind coming over here without these other people here listening in to what I show you. And I,
uh, Zanari, you watch this guy. You make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
D-
Tell me, Brad.
going. This is my house. You
I
stupid son of
I
a
walk back over to Caliban. What'd you find there?
well, and I pull out the pocket watch and I show him to it.
Gasp!
I found this in a trunk
that's
upstairs.
is that the watch? Is that the watch that Jim was talking about?
Unless there's an identical one with the
Old
exact same
old
inscription.
spooky Jim. All right, here's the deal. You guys watch Bradley. I'm gonna go find whatever sort of law enforcement they have in this town, and and we're gonna bring him in and tell him what happened.
I guess that makes sense. That sounds like a plan.
Okay, I'll be right back. And I leave and start looking for a constable or sheriff or deputy, whatever they have in this type of town.
It's
Okay.
lawless.
Do an investigation check for me.
I love doing investigation checks. 17.
Okay. All right. Uh, the you're out. You're looking for some kind of law enforcement official, and Bradley is still talking to Zanari. I'll give you an update on your search here in a minute, Travis.
Okay.
Your buddy just left. What is this? What's this about anyway? What are you coming in here attacking me on Diane and bringing up Jim? You have nothing to do with me. Jim has nothing to do with me. Diane has nothing to do with Jim. It's nothing. Get out of here.
Brad, what I'm really curious about is if I did choose to wear armor, would it affect my flight?
Do 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 a persuasion.
17.
I know we just accused you of murder, but will your
Hey.
armor constrict my wings? And
Did we actually accuse him of murder, though?
I told him I was investigating.
Yeah,
him
we
for that.
all we told him was that we think he was there.
All right.
You're a paranormal investigator.
And my question that I asked was just to completely kind of scramble his brain to hopefully make him slip up.
You, you, what? Why? But why are you asking about armor now? This doesn't. I don't understand. I don't.
Well, you are an armor smith, are you not? Jim told us as much. Well, he told my companions.
Yeah. Yeah. What? I'm sorry. I've been under a lot of stress. I didn't mean to. You're right. You're right. What's this armor inquiry you have? Does it make you look fat?
Well,
I don't think it does.
Brad, I'm not your enemy. What what have you been stressed about?
Well, you don't want to hear about my problems. Just let's just get you some armor.
No, Jim, please. Sometimes it could be good to get things off your chest.
Um, can I? I'm still in the room, right?
Yeah. You're you're like watching from a distance, be like
Yeah.
this
So I can
guy.
kind of hear. So I kind of, I don't know how this is gonna work, but I slink kind of out of sight, and I cast disguise self on myself to make myself appear as Jim from the night before.
Okay.
So I'll post that in the chat so that you can see it.
One hour. Okay. How how are you making yourself look like Jim? Are you changing your clothes or
Yeah. So well, I'm changing my clothes. So when the ghost appeared, was he wearing anything last night?
no? He wasn't
He
wearing
was
any.
completely naked, just flapping in the wind.
You left that detail out.
If you think of like the ghost of Christmas Future, just like like the ghostly looking robes, like
Yeah.
he had a face that looked like a human's face, um,
Okay.
but
So
like
I
he didn't
want
have like
to
he didn't have
appear
like
as the.
armor
I don't
clothes.
want to appear as Jim the person. I want to appear as Jim the ghost, as I saw him last night.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, we could do that. Uh, all right. You shit. Yeah, you do that.
Okay.
We'll just pretend that your token looks like Jim the ghost.
Okay. And so I'm going to
Not
slowly.
wait till he answers my question.
Well, this will encourage him. And so I'm going to pull out the pocket watch in one hand and then just kind of trundle over towards fucking Bradley. Yeah, towards Bradley. You, Bradley, you killed me, and now revenge has come for you. And I'm going to hold the pocket watch and kind of wave it around. I found my pocket watch in your
Oh,
house.
nice that ghost.
I know that you killed me,
Where did he
and
know
I'm.
he was there?
I, well, so I don't know if Jim actually saw who killed him, but anyways, uh, and now I'm going to tell this bird that you killed me so that he can hold you accountable because I cannot, as I am a ghost, but vengeance will be mine.
Was
I look at Brad and just go like, this this ghost kind of sounds like Count Dracula.
it's so funny to me if you were able to say all of that stuff before he got any reaction out, and he just like looked at you and like and just like a dog does, just like tilts their head slightly. Kid like raises her ears.
Clearly, he was speechless from seeing his old friend.
he
Why not
he's
a ghost shows up, and it can be a
he
little stunning.
he's in the middle of starting to tell Zanari. Just, people don't understand what it's like to have whispers about you in this place, and then that's when disguised ghost John, disguised ghost John, walk
Caliban.
walks Galavan floats spectrally into the room, doing his spiel. Um, do a deception with advantage.
Sweet. Deception, you said?
Yeah.
20.
Ooh.
Uh, yeah. He as you walk float around the corner holding this pocket watch into the air, he hears what you say about Zanari and in getting justice, and um looks at Caliban, looks at Zanari, back and forth, and he drops to the ground. Oh, okay, Jim, don't do this. I'm sorry, Jim. Don't, God, oh God, oh God, don't.
I come from
I
a
start
land
doing the robot.
Well, if you're sorry, I guess apology accepted. No harm, no foul.
What wasn't
Just,
there harm? You
well,
died.
now that you mention it, some harm, some foul.
I'm s- I'm so sorry, Jim. Thank you for your forgiveness. Thank.
How
Well,
how's
you
the hunt
will have to
for
turn yourself in
police going?
once my friend Monty returns. I mean, once that other
That
guy
tracks.
that was
That
here.
tracks. In one version of my story.
As that is happening, in fact, with that 17 that you rolled oh so many minutes ago, Travis, you oh boy, I'll just pretend that there's another guy with you. Um, but I'm gonna just put test Tortuga in here for a second. Boop. Um, with a guard, as and you see as you run up, you see Bradley on his knees, tears in his eyes, in the middle of him saying, "Thank you for your forgiveness, Jim. I'm so sorry for what I did."
Is he looking at me right now when he's bagging on the floor?
No, he's
Yeah, I dropped the disguise as soon as the guard and Monty come back in.
uh okay. Yeah, he's Bradley has his kind of head down, hands on his hands on his face. You drop the disguise. Oh God, Jim. Oh, I'm sorry. What is this? What is this about? Jenny guard. What is this about?
Officer, this man, he's responsible for the death of Jim Portimer.
Jim Portimer. God, pick an accent. Jim Portimer. What? He's this man murdered Bradley. He murdered Jim Portimer.
He did. He's been trying to cover it up the whole time.
Yes, yes. It was me. Just don't let don't. I'm sorry. I don't want to. I can't handle this anymore. I this guilt. And he looks up at Zanari. I fight this every day.
Did, did you just come?
Ah! Ah!
He gets off on confessing to murders. That's why he
You.
does it.
So you confess to killing Jim Portimer? Yes, I do. Yes, it was me. That the pocket watch. I have Jim's pocket watch. I pushed him from Portimer's Rock, which, God, why'd they name it Portimer's Rock?
So aptly named.
Why did they name it Portimer's Rock? That's fucked up, man.
Why
Uh,
did you do it?
Because Diane was mine. She was mine. She wasn't meant for him. Yo, that sounds good. That sounds like you're an asshole. Jealous little asshole. Piece of shit little asshole. And then he pulls out zip ties.
Are you sure this man is a cop, Monty?
Piece of shit little cunty little asshole.
Tell me, officer, are all the constables here similar to you?
Well, no. I'm the only constable here.
Constable.
Wow.
Constable.
I was just at
Shitty-
the costume store and this guy grabbed me.
Shitty fuck. Shitty
Well,
fuck.
Constable
if you could take him away, I think we have some more things to take care of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's,
appreciate you coming and being here, Constable.
Yes, absolutely. Take this scum, this rebel scum, with me. And he like he picks up Bradley by his hair. Like, get up, you scum! And he like punches him in the side. You murdering piece of garbage! And ooh, I'm so sorry. And he, shut up, you little bitch. It takes him off. It takes him off.
That
so
was a
okay,
little
so
disturbing.
Wait, Brad and the cop are gone now,
Oh, does
Yeah,
anyone need
and
some armor?
they just left us in the store. Okay, perfect. Before I say what I'm gonna say, I look at the at my companions and I'm just like, gentlemen, let's be sure not to fuck with the one cop in this town.
Oh, he
Uh,
seems a bit of a hard ass.
Also, Brad's gone. The shop is open. Do either of you need anything? And I search the room to see if there's anything worthwhile.
Oh, who's the rogue now?
you
Uh,
faggot.
did he make weapons as well?
No, he's an armor. He's an
Go
Oh,
armor.
straight to the cash register.
You recall there's a sign for Astley's armor smithing, or
Astley's?
sorry, Astley's weaponsmithing, which is
How does his name was Smith?
no, Astley is a different. It's a different shop. Astley's weaponsmithing is a different shop from Bradley's armor smithing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it is
Is
Rick?
it the same building or
Rick
is it separate
Astley?
buildings?
Different building.
Rick Astley.
Yeah.
No.
Tell me, is it Rick Astley making?
No, you have to talk to him, man. You're not fucking there yet. Don't ask questions you don't know the answers to. Fuck, man. Fuck, man.
Well, before Before we get on-
constable, the constable has seen our faces. I don't know if we should ransack the place. Might cause us trouble down the line. We're not really here to draw attention other than solving ghost murders.
Well, I just thought that perhaps since you wear that leather
Maybe
armor,
one piece, you know.
maybe there's some studded leather armor here for you.
So I think you just saw that. I sent you what he had in his shop, a collection of stuff that he had in his shop that is readily visible and available.
Bradley's armor smithing.
Yeah.
Okay, let me look at. Yeah, studded leather. Yeah, I might pick up the studded leather. I just don't remember if I can. I think I can wear that, right? Is that light armor? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go pick up a piece of the studded leather.
I
It's
ignore it
probably
all.
not fitted to me.
I, it's-
Now that one person that could help me adjust it is been pulled
I'm,
away.
I'm pretty sure you're smart enough to know how to pull some straps.
Well, what if it's like a Bradley's big and tall blacksmithing or armor smithing? This is
Please,
for a fat
please
guy's
God,
armor.
I'm sure it's not the first time you've had a strap on.
Jeez,
Oh, the
this
shots
bird's good.
fired. Okay.
All right. Well, when you two are done looting, I'd like to stop by and see if we can talk to Diane about what happened.
Um,
Yeah.
you guys.
If you guys are cool with that.
Well, we should first see if we can sell this pocket watch, right?
Maybe we should bring it back to Diane.
Gosh. All right. Well, if you insist. You know what? I won't take the studded armor because I'm a good person.
Mm,
Uh,
debatable.
Well, I think I'm chaotic neutral actually, so maybe. But you know what? I'm gonna try to be a better person. It was my character's New Year's resolution.
that's good. I'm so glad that you're trying to be a better person. Oh shit. Okay. All right. So you guys are done.
Yeah.
Ripping
Wait,
somebody off,
you're really not gonna take it?
ripping a murderer off.
Bonus. Bonus to your armor.
But it would be wrong. It's stealing
That's
from
I mean,
Bradley, the murderer.
who's likely going
Wait,
to be
all
put to
right, all right, all right. I'll take one. I'll look through all the ones and find a medium in my size, and then
medium studded leather armor.
a size 6. I don't know. I don't know
Going
if
with the
that's.
women's sizes, huh?
I don't know what he's got here or how they size things. How does the clothes sizing work in
Uh,
Orion?
light
Uh,
armor, medium armor, heavy armor.
yeah, dude. Roll a d20.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
10.
All right. You find a piece of studded leather armor on the rack. It-
I'll
um,
find a tailor.
that it doesn't fit you super well, but it's not it fits you, but not the best.
It's a little poofy in the chest. I feel like I'm wearing a box.
That's ridiculous.
But
all right.
let's
I
go to
leave to
Diane.
go. I leave to
And
go find the Portimer.
the entire
household.
walk over there, I'm kind of adjusting the armor as best I can, like trying to pull it down from the bottom to try to make it fit a little better around the chest. And then it kind of just slides up as I start walking, so then it poofs back up until it's like a box again.
Well, which direction do you guys start to walk?
Wait, yeah, do we even know where Diane lives?
Yeah, Brad told us that she lived right down the street.
Okay, so we
He
walk down
he
the
gave us
street.
the general idea of where she was.
And we look for the sign that says Diane's house.
Yes.
All right, you guys start walking down the street.
Uh,
What are you looking for?
he said that she lived down the street on the right.
Yeah,
He's,
I'm looking for kids playing outside that look kind of like
I go off
Jim.
of what he said, which was like she was like a block down on the right, something like that.
Yeah, we'll look for the house. It looks like it's missing a husband.
the missing husband theory.
We
Of-
we go to the general area and then knock on a door and ask whoever answers like, hey, I knock on the door once we're in the general vicinity.
okay.
Hello. Hello, sir. What can I help you with?
Good evening, ma'am. I am looking for the home of Diane.
Ma'am, Get the fuck out of here!
And this man slams the door in your face.
I knock on the next door.
Hello.
What am I looking at?
That 6-year-old.
You're looking at a 6-year-old with emphysema. Hello.
Hello, little one. I am looking for the home of Diane.
Diane who?
What was their
Mortimer.
Mortimer.
Diane Portimer.
Mortimer. Yeah, that's the next house down.
Thank you. Good luck on your dying young. I walk off.
Mom, there's a bird at the door.
We go and knock on the next door.
Well, the one that that kid pointed.
The one the kid that pointed out. Yeah.
Yeah, not just a random door.
No.
Not like the door you just came from.
No.
Okay, what to do? Pew. Oh no, that's the wrong one.
Theater of the mind.
Here you go.
Oh, you made a Mortimer house?
Yes,
Well, she's the real killer. So
So we just walked right in.
No. I'm gonna get the.
Hello?
Hey, Diane.
Good evening, Diane.
Yes, this is Diane.
My name is Zonari. These are my companions, Cal and Monty. We have word of truth and revelations on your husband's demise.
yes, we are paranormal investigators. We
Okay.
and
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
I am sorry, ma'am, if we dredge up old wounds, but we came in contact with your ghost on our travels.
What are you
You-
talking
the
about?
ghost of your husband, Jim, who was
Jim.
murdered.
But Jim wasn't murdered. Jim had an accident.
Oh, I am sorry, ma'am. We spoke to his ghost, as we are paranormal investigators, and that is what we do. It is our job to track down unhappy ghosts and help them move on.
To do a deception.
For what purpose? What is this, what is this even hoping to achieve? 13.
Okay. Well, come in and tell me what this is about. How was Jim murdered? This doesn't make any sense. And she invites you into the house. And
Diane,
know
do you know someone named Bradley Smith?
well, yes, Brad. Yeah, Brad's been a friend of the family for years. He was the one who found Jim at the bottom of the place that he died.
Well, you see, Diane, he was also responsible for Jim ending up at the bottom of the place.
What is this? What does this? What does that mean?
We-
Did he move? Did he move Jim's body?
We just came from the armor smith, and Bradley just confessed to Jim's murder, to the rather excitable constable. He also had the pocket watch that Jim carried, stashed in his shop amongst his things. But we found it, and
Jim's pocket watch. Brad did that to him.
And I
He
pull out
could-
the pocket watch and I show it to her. Or I hand it to her.
Uh,
Do you recognize this?
She she reaches out her hand. It's kind of quivering. Jim's watch.
Yes, don't drop it. It's valuable.
She takes it in her hand. She flips it around in the palms, um, and looks at the back of the watch, and sees the inscription that she wrote to him on, as a gift. This I miss him so much, and I can't believe that this is even a thing that's happened after all these years. Th- Thank you. I always thought it didn't make sense that Jim would fall off a rock. Jim hated rocks.
Well,
That's,
hopefully, now that you know the truth, and that Bradley's been brought to justice, you can begin to heal and move on.
That's why I always thought it was such an insult they named a rock after him. For a man
yes,
for a man who hated rocks, why would you name a rock after him?
I can understand why that would be distressing.
Did
Uh,
you tell them that he hated rocks?
I did. I did. I told Brad to tell them, and he said he did.
Hmm.
Oh, Brad, you son, you bastard, Brad, Brad.
I think
And she punches her
we should
face.
leave you
Yes.
to. I know we've probably reopened an old wound, and I'm sorry, but I figured, or we all figured, and Jim told us on his way on our way here that you would want to know. He's a good friend, that ghost. I'm
Thank
sorry that you can never see him again, but imagine, if there's any messages that you want us to pass on to him, we seem to have an easy time of getting a hold of him.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank all three of you. If you do are able to pass a message, tell him I'm sorry that I didn't get to kiss him one more time.
Well,
Can I kiss him through you?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Are you one of those paranormal investigators who like who channels the spirit directly?
Well, I I don't think that would be wise to do that. I don't think. I feel like it would be taking advantage of you to pretend that I could have Jim inhabit me and kiss you. But
Diane, do you just want to kiss one of us?
No, no. I just miss my Jim so. Thank you. Thank the three of you. Thank you so much.
So,
if you go to Mortimer's Rock, I think Jim just kind of hangs out there as a ghost all the time now.
Is that where
So
he is?
yes, have you not visited?
I I have visited at night, at day. I've
And
never
you've
seen him.
never. Oh, that is kind of awkward. I would assume that he could just reveal himself to you if he wanted, but that's something for you and Jim to work out. We probably should be getting going.
Yes,
Oh.
yes, yes. Was somebody gonna say something?
how many? Do we know how long it's been since he died?
I forget exactly what I said, but it was like something like 5, 10 years.
10 years ago. 10 years ago.
120 years.
That's in my notes. 10 years.
Thanks, thanks, man. Well, as you're about to leave, um, this
No, roll initiative.
you're wrong.
It's the
I
ghost
kill-
of Bradley Smith.
I killed me. Jim's spirit kind of appears out of nothing, um,
IPO.
and
You
and
gotta
and,
deal with that problem.
and floats up to you, floats up to Caliban, like thank you, and he looks over at Diane. Thank you for taking care of my wife and finding justice for me. Ooh.
Yes,
And he,
so you
he,
are a ghost.
and he
Well, I
tries.
had my doubts.
I didn't think that you would help me after all of our discussion, but I
I often
don't
never
blame you.
think you would help either.
Uh,
Ah, the bird!
I didn't know if you were telling the truth or not, but it's something to do.
It is
I
something
was
to do.
bored.
Thank you so much. Uh, and he floats in front of Diane. And Diane is looking at you, Caliban. Who are you talking to? Who are the three of you talking to?
Oh, can you not see the ghost?
Ghost?
Um,
I don't see a ghost. Is he here? Is my Jim here?
Jim is always with you.
Jim?
Yeah, I think he
Forever.
haunts this house too.
Yes. Jim is watching you right now. So if you ever try to remarry or something, you would be. They probably accuse that person of murder too and get some wayward adventurer to take care of your new husband.
Whoa, hey, slow down. That's not.
Oh, he
No,
just
I'm.
said that the years have not been kind to you.
What?
Jim,
No,
that's not good. That's not what you should say to your wife.
no, I didn't. No, honey,
I'm
no.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. He didn't say that.
He
But
said that.
And the chaotic evil comes out.
chaotic
That
neutral.
that
I help
does
both
sound
sides.
that does sound a lot like Jim. Jim is here. That's a kind of the smart ass shit Jim would say to me sometimes while making love.
Diane,
But
you mean to tell me after 10 years you have not moved on at all?
Is John here right now?
Jim, you
Jim?
Yes. I mean,
mean
I see
Or
maybe you
is
have.
John the name of your new lover?
John. Ooh, John. What the No way, man.
I think we maybe should leave. I mean, we can
Yeah.
only make things worse by getting in between this.
Yes. I've had my I've had my kicks. Y- John, I know you can hear me. Oh, damn it, Jim. I know you can hear me. I love you. I love you so much. And she holds up the watch because she still has it in her hand, and 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 at the same time she holds it up, Jim holds up his ghostly appendage, his arm. I should say his arm, not just his appendage. um, shit. And
On
he
a
reaches.
serious episode of
Shit.
Indie Noobs.
Jim reaches out and touches the pocket watch, and the pocket watch starts to glow in Diane's hand, and she sees it with awe. The three of you notice it because it starts to glow fairly brightly, uh, and then it the light dissipates, and uh, there's a moment where Diane just kind of goes blank. She's staring off, and then she takes the watch back down, and she looks at the three of you, to Monty and to Zanari, and she says, "I think Jim wants me to give this to you." And she just cups the watch and puts it out in front of her. And Jim, the ghost, who you can't, she can't hear him. He says to you, "I I've imbued this watch with power. I want you to have it." I want one of
Yoink.
you to have it.
And I reach my hand out and grab it.
And she lets you take it from her.
Okay.
What kind of power, Jim?
The power to turn back time.
I've put a little bit of myself into this watch. I want you to.
Careful, Monty. He just touched his appendage, and he says he put some of himself into it.
Tsunari, let's not make this gross, huh?
Uh, sit down. Take some time with it, and you'll learn what power it grants you. And
All right.
now I must continue my journey into the afterlife. Thank you, my friends. Thank you. Ooh, ah, ooh.
Goodbye, Jim.
And then he says goodbye to Diane. She doesn't pay attention because women. And he disappears.
And you see, Diane, like Cal has told you, that's why we are the ghost helpers.
And then we backstep out of the house
Yeah.
very slowly.
Yeah. Walking backwards.
All right, Travis, it's in your, it is in your possession.
Okay. I added it to my equipment.
Okay. And you can take a look at that when you want, if you want more information about it. Okay. You guys exit her house, to her sobs, and you find yourself back into the city streets.
Hell yeah.
Um, for helping Jim pass into the other side, getting justice for him, despite your doubts into to if he was telling the truth or not, and basically getting what's his face executed eventually. You get 300 XP each. Well, make it 400. Sorry.
4960.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeet.
All right. Well, that was fun. That's a good way to spend a morning.
Why did you tell her we are paranormal investigators?
I don't know. I just had a bout of inspiration, I guess. I just felt natural, and I felt good about helping. And then I was like, maybe I can do this as a full-time gig, as helping ghosts around the desert. But then I remembered I have this stupid gem, and there's monsters attacking things, and I was like, no, this is just gonna have to be a part-time thing for now.
Perhaps after we complete this task with the gems, you can do that for a living.
Perhaps, but I will probably be bored of the idea by then.
You'd probably have to also trust the ghosts.
That too, if they are ghosts.
While
so
while they
sure.
while they chit chat, I kind of scan around to see if I can find where that bookstore was that Caliban pointed out.
Are you looking for the bookstore, Monty?
Oh yeah, I figured if we were in the same part of town, I'd pop in for a minute.
I saw it over there.
I
Where
look over
the-
there.
And I'm
You-
pointing at Peonder's books. The
Pyanders.
direction that we came from, where I saw Peonder's books.
Yeah. You follow Travis. You follow his arm to where his fingers pointing, and then you look at. Oh, there it is. Pyender's books. There's that giant wooden book hanging from a
All right,
chain.
I pop in that shop.
Okay.
I don't understand how he didn't see that sign. It's right there.
As you walk into this bookshop, and it's poorly lit, but there's books that line the shelves. There's a man who is kind of hunched over. He's got a brown cloak on, and he watches you as you walk in. And there's a little bell that rings like, as you walk in through the door. He's just just sitting there watching you, doesn't say anything.
I sort of just give him a nod and then sort of scan the room to try to get a sense for what kinds of books are here. If there's any sections labeled or what the makeup of the shop is.
Uh, you look around the shelves. There's not any sign that these books are organized in any way, shape, or form. Um, Least of all by author, genre, or title. None of that. There, it seems whoever owns this shop isn't very much in the way of the Dewey Decimal System.
Got it. I walk up to the shopkeeper and I say, "Good day, sir. I was wondering if I could trouble you for any books that you might have on local history, or perhaps any anything on the magical arts, spell books and things of that nature."
He hears you. He raises his eyebrows, and then puts his head back down and just lets out a snort, not a grunt, no sound, just a snort, just like a nose snort.
That's not very reassuring.
And he points his arm and just waves like.
All right, I go look at some of the I go to look at some of the books over in the direction that he dismissively points.
Okay, you just do an investigation check.
21.
Okay. You come across a few different books. Some of the books are just how to make enchiladas, and the how to dummies series of books, a woodworking one. You come across a book called The Wizard and a book called Folk Superstitions Volume 1.
I take those last two and I hold them up and I say, how much for these two?
And he raises his hand, and then shows the number 3, and then an S.
I pull 3 silver from my satchel and hand it to the shopkeeper.
Okay. He waddles up to you. He snatches the 3 silver, gives you another, and turns back around to tend to his own business.
What was the second book called again? Like folklore or something like that?
Yeah. I got these for you.
Oh, okay.
Folk Superstitions Volume 1.
So what are me and Zonari doing while this is going on?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Am I grooming him? Maybe picking things out of his feathers?
Good question. Travis walked in. He was doing all this type of stuff. Did you guys walk in with him, or are you
No.
Nope. I stayed outside.
jabber
Yeah, me and Zonari just kind of hang out.
Are you talking about your adventures with Mortimer's ghost? Are you guys still bantering back and forth about the validity
About
of
my career choice?
yeah?
I don't think so.
As we're standing out there, I look to Cal and I just say, Cal, I do not hate you, but I'm curious. Why does it seem like you seem to hate birds and because I have the appearance of a bird, it feels like you do not like me.
Well, first of all, that is quite a way to start a conversation. Saying that you do not hate me. But if you must know, my parents were murdered by a bird. I
I look at him with some uh kind of shock and just what how large was the, I'm sorry to hear that, but
I
I am very curious. How large was this bird? Because
Zunari, I'm just fucking with you. My parents are fine,
oh
sort of, as fine as they would be. But
I totally wrote that down. It's not canon anymore. Dang it.
Tsunari, I do not hate birds. I do not. It's just I never had met an Aarakocra before. I, I just, it's. I have so many questions.
well, I mean, I'd gladly answer your questions, Cal, but you you phrase so many of them as though you look at me as though I am just some kind of brainless animal.
But aren't most birds just brainless animals?
Again, I am not a bird. You
But
just
you
said,
look like a bird. You're an Aarakocra, a type of bird, right?
Having placed the two books into my satchel, I exit the establishment to see these two having an all too familiar conversation.
and you look like a monkey, but I realize that you are not a monkey. You are a human.
Neither
Fair
of them
enough.
notice you come out. By the way.
I, if you say you're not a bird, then I will no longer call you a bird. Does that does that satisfy you? I do not see you as a bird or a man. I just you're an Aarakocra, but I just assumed that you were a type of bird, like an eagle or a fox or
Well,
a
I do understand that I have a bird-like appearance, but
and so
I
you
have
can understand my confusion.
I also have intellect, and you
I
I can
I, I
I am
noticed.
no pun intended, parroting what others have said. I can speak for myself and
Well,
carry on conversation.
I I did not know that when I first met you, but I have learned that you are a lot smarter than your average bird. No offense. I see
Gentlemen,
now that
gentlemen,
you are
gentlemen.
not a
Hey,
bird.
hey, hey. It's the sun seems pretty high in the sky. We should probably get up to the what is it called? Pepperton, the local Pepperton chapter, if and check in and let them know that we're
Ah,
here.
I mean,
indeed.
perhaps if there's a bar along the way, maybe. I mean, what's another day? We could at least have a drink.
We've already
We're
been
on the
traveling
clock, are
so
we
long.
not?
We should let's take care of some business and then we can relax this evening, perhaps at the inn.
I I agree. I am getting a bit hungry. I must admit, but I think we should check out Pepperton's. Just let them know we're here.
I'm a
Maybe
bit
get some
tepid,
information.
and I tap my beak.
See, now you're just playing with me. You're trying to act like a bird. You're trying to act very birdish right now.
We start heading north towards the Pepperton office.
Okay. All right. You get back to that crossroads. You see the signs that you saw before with the Pepperton office to the north, Astley's weaponsmith, Bradley's armsmith to the south, west still town hall and Riverview Crest Tavern and Inn. You walk past that crossroads, and eventually find yourself passing in slow fewer folks as the light starts to dim just a little bit. It's not noon. It's probably about 2, 3, 4. Well, I guess 4 is when the sun is the highest. But you find yourself at the front steps of the Pepperton office, and there's a man at the front door. That's hello, gentlemen. Welcome to Pepperton. I believe you are the ones we're looking for.
Yes, sir. What might your name be?
Yes, I'm Rag, and Rag stands about 5'4", red hair, freckles, and kind of you know not fancy garb. He looks almost like a like he's dressed to go to the tavern. He's not very
Ah,
Is this
extravagantly dressed. Yeah,
human type?
human.
Rag, huh? Do you
Rag.
know Dag?
I do know Dag. He's my brother. He's over in he works over at the other Pepperton office over in Clargo. I say brother, but I say brother about a lot of people.
A brother from a different mother, eh?
I
And father, too.
that's what we say. Brothers from different mothers and fathers.
My name is
it's
Caliban. This is
Ca-
Monty, and this,
and you must be Zenari.
yes,
I've heard
Aarakocra.
Indeed, I am.
I've heard lots of words about you.
And when he acknowledges me as an Aarakocra, I kind of give him a knowing like nod, saying, "Hey, man,
his
thanks."
feathers ruffle a little bit.
An era Kokra, huh? Oh yeah, I haven't seen one of you in many years. Matter of fact,
But
I don't know when the last time I saw one was, except maybe in the history books. The
Did you
pop-up
say
book.
history books?
Yes, history books. Yeah, have you been to what was that shop?
Beyonders?
Pioneers Books.
Beyonders?
They got plenty of history books there.
Yeah, I found the shopkeeper to be a rather quiet individual.
Oh yeah. Pioneer. He's a quiet guy. He's mute.
No, that
Makes
explains it.
Are
uh,
there any other bookstores here that you would recommend?
yeah. There's Gianders. That's it's kind of a startup company. Um, that's kind of it's they don't have quite the selection as Pyanders, but they still got some good stuff there.
And where is that in town?
Oh, that's far west. That's past the tavern.
Oh, all right.
tavern, you
Which,
say?
which tavern are you speaking of?
Oh, the Riverview Crest, of course. Everybody know who comes here stays in the Riverview Crest.
Is that the best tavern in town, you would say?
Oh, hands down, bar none. That's the one I'd go to.
Or bar one, you would say?
Ha! I would say that. I like the cut of your slack, you jaggle jag.
Name's Caliban. As I
Cal.
told you earlier, but
Ca-
it's
I'm
nice to meet you too,
I'm bad with names.
Rag.
Bragg. I'll take that. I accept that. I messed up your name, you messed up my name. One for one. That's what I always say.
Well,
Well,
what is your name? I thought it was Rag.
oh, ha. Oh, my ears. I guess my ears aren't as good either. Yeah, no, I thought you said brag, and I thought you were just saying that because I forgot your name.
Oh, no, no. Now, that would be nothing to brag about. But it's
I see.
a bit of wordplay between new friends.
I see what you did
Anyways,
there.
we should. Who's the boss around here? Who's in
Uh,
charge?
well, come on in.
Mhm.
I'll take you up to him right now. It's Lucius Pepperton. He's the boss. He's Smitty's right. I think. He's Smitty's brother, actual brother from the same mother and father. Based off just a little callback humor for the joke you mentioned before. Yeah, he's waiting for you upstairs right now. If you want to talk to him.
We're
Uh,
working on your Type 5, are you, Rag?
No, no. I don't. The most I have is a tight one.
There's a joke there, but I'm gonna let it go.
yes, I think we should head up and talk to Luscious or Lucius. You said.
Hey, Lucius. Yeah, Lucius Pepperton.
All right, well, bring us up. Clomp,
Okay.
clomp, clomp. Start walking.
Clump. All of you with your heavy feet, heavy burden, walk up the steps to the Pepperton office. Um, Okay. And once you're up there, you walk into a what looks to be a reception area, and there's an empty desk at the lead. It's kind of a symmetrical room. You walk into the room, it's kind of circular, and then to this reception desk in the middle. Behind the reception desk, there's a two doors on either side of it. You don't know where it leads, but this young man Rag says, right this way. Let's come on in. He opens the door. He opens one of the doors, door to the left, and as you walk through, you see that both doors go to the same place. It goes into an office. Why? Who knows? Who is this shitty architect of this building? Um, and there you see Lucius sitting behind a a large, what looks to be oak or other type of wooden desk, very sturdy, with papers strewn about it. He looks up at you, and he's kind of tall. He seems well. He's sitting down. You can't really tell how tall he is, but he's got wide white eyes and messy black hair, and he has a nose piercing. Um, he sees you. Gentlemen, thank you for coming. You must be the ones that Smitty sent over. Yeah,
That's us.
these are the ones. These are the ones, boss. Yeah. Yes, come in, come in. I'm so excited to have you. We got some important business for you, gentlemen.
Well, we're
It,
all ears. What is this
I'm,
business?
I'm curious. How do they send messages? Like messenger pigeon, magical
Aarakocras.
magical cell phones.
Do a history or yeah.
Sure, history.
8?
Uh,
I figured that should be something that I just have knowledge of.
yeah, I get. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That was a dumb roll. Yeah,
Well, you might not know that. I
You may not
mean,
you may
you
not
can
Well,
know.
roll whatever, but
this isn't for my character. This is just for myself. This is
Oh.
just for me. Just curiosity of like, wait, how do they send messages so quickly? And
You may not know how they exactly do it, but you do know that ravens and stuff are a form of messaging across
Mhm.
long distances.
Did you not see all the pneumatic tubes coming from this town to Genders Crossing?
so that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, we're gonna find a pile of notebooks out in the middle of the desert somewhere.
Oh, throwback.
Oh boy, lost reference number 2. Um, got lots of business for you, gentlemen. Looking forward to it. We got a ruin that we uncovered some kind of ruins. We're not able to get into it yet. We're hoping that you can help us out with that.
Well, that is what we are here for, I believe.
Oh, that's why you called the ghost helpers.
Go.
Uh,
He
paranormal investigators.
looks at Rag, and Rag looks back, and you guys notice they share a knowing glance, or
I,
a kind of glance.
I look at him and just like, it was an inside joke.
Oh, I know all about inside jokes. Fuck.
What are you drinking there, Jesus?
just a little desert aid. Okay.
What's the job?
Here's the deal, gentlemen. Right now, we've uncovered the entrance to the ruins. We haven't been able to get into it yet, but we have hired a symbologist to help us try to get in. It seems to be some kind of magical seal or something. She said she was working on it.
What
Who is
are
this symbologist that you hired?
Her name is Jane E.
Jane E.
Jane E.
How do you spell that last name?
It's
E.
no, that's yes, EY. I don't know why you need to know her last. Not her name's not important. Last name's not important.
Would is this like a symbologist? So, does the name ring a bell at all?
Do history?
Okay. 9.
It rings.
I roll a
It rings
10.
no. It rings no bells because Jane is a fairly is it's just a
Oh,
common name.
Jane I, right? Jane
Jane,
E.
Jane E.
E, the last name. Jane E, famous symbologist
Yeah.
Does she have a gun?
from
Um. You
from
you
Keystone
you don't
Academy.
you don't you don't recognize her name, uh,
Professor of symbology.
or symbology,
Yeah. Okay.
symbologist.
Is symbologist like a profession that would sound like a real profession
Um.
to me?
To you, you don't know any better whether it would is a
Okay.
real position,
Okay.
or not.
So that doesn't like ring like a BS alarm or anything like that. It just sounds like something that they would hire if they had some
Well,
questions about
if
symbology.
if you want to judge the try to judge the veracity of the claims, you can roll an insight.
No, it never hurts to try. 4.
Yeah, you can't tell
Okay.
um
I move
anything
on.
about what they're saying about it. Janie was down there looking at that today. Uh, supposedly she's making some breakthroughs. She should come back. You guys meet up with her, get together, maybe get into that thing as a team.
Oh, the runes. Okay. Yes. No, that sounds like
Well,
a good idea.
yeah, I'm very eager to get a look at it, but we've been on the road for a while. It's been quite some time since we had a hearty meal and slept in a warm bed. Is there anywhere where you could point us to maybe spend the night? We heard about this inn, this tavern that I have to turn the page to remember.
The
The
Riverview.
Riverview Crest Tavern. Uh,
Yeah.
maybe Janie could meet us up there and we could discuss what she's seen at this ruin.
Yeah, sure thing, sure thing. I know that Dag set up something for you to get you per diem and to be able to spend the night. So, Riverview Crest, that's the best money that could buy out here, or rent, I should say. Head on over. Once I'll have Rag go try to find Janie and send her over your way, or if she shows up here, I'll make sure to pass the word
Yes.
that that's where you're staying.
But is this something that you feel is acceptable to discuss out in the open? Or do you think we should exercise some discretion? I don't know if there may be some competitors or ears that you may not want this information to fall on.
We here at Pepperton, we're not worried about competitors.
Uh,
Don't worry about that. But
Is there anyone that you wouldn't want to know about these runes?
ooh, well, the whole town basically already knows what we're doing up there.
I see.
But
Okay. Well, that is
if you want to speak with discretion, then I know Riverview Crest. They might have a couple rooms you can talk to each other about stuff in the back.
okay.
Conference rooms,
Well, that is sounds
video
good enough.
teleconferencing.
I mean, it is your problem if something goes wrong. So whatever.
He stands up. He comes and pats you on the back. Never you mind. Don't worry about it. if we have ways to protect our information. Head on over to the Riverview Crest and make sure Jane E comes over and talks to you.
Well, we appreciate everything you've done to set this up, Lucius. And if there's anything else we can do to help you out, just please don't hesitate to ask.
Absolutely, I'm thanking you boys for doing this.
And as discussed with your brother, any riches or rewards that we find in said ruins obviously would belong to us. All right, well that's good talking to you. Thank you so much for.
Roll
I
a
stop banging my hammer on the desk while I'm talking. Like I probably shouldn't do that. It's just a nervous habit.
roll a charisma. No, not you, John.
Oh.
I don't need a hammer for a charisma.
5.
Whoa, oh, you trying to be a smooth talker, huh? If I know my brother, he didn't promise you know all the riches, but rest assured, you get us in there, there's probably plenty for everybody to go around. Do you know what I mean? And
Yes.
he
I
slaps
understand.
slaps you on the shoulder and gives you
So you are
a
saying
firm.
we will be handsomely rewarded.
That's That's right. You will be handsomely rewarded. Just you boys just need to get us in there. When Janie comes, she'll help you do it.
Can't wait.
All right. Well, we'll see you later, Lucius.
And we walk, I guess, towards the Riverview Crest Tavern. Or at least follow street signs until we get there.
Hey guys, hey, make uh, if if you don't see Janie here in the evening, maybe she'll be. I'll make sure she comes here in the morning. But she might be over at the ruins too, which not too far past the Riverview Crest Inn. So you just keep heading down west whenever you want to hit the ruins up.
Wait, the ruins are right by the Riverview Crest Inn?
No, no, no. Sorry, I misspoke. What I mean to say, just keep following the road. Once you're on the other side of town, you'll hit the ruins.
Well, I know I am ready for a drink and a rest.
Ruins in town.
No, they're outside of town. I'm just saying you follow the road out of town past the inn, and you'll get to the ruins. You can't miss them. It's not like the road just drops into the ruins. You'll see excavation equipment.
So
you-
they were just by the road?
Do you want me to walk you over there right now? Is that what you
No,
want me
no,
to do?
no. Let's go. We're on our way to the Riverview Crest Inn. Thanks for your help.
I'm think no problem. Just you guys crack me up. You a bunch of kidders.
Indeed. Well, enough of your time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. See you soon.
Creepy.
You uh you guys make your way back down to the crossroads. You head over to the inn?
Yeah.
That's my intent. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to stop at Giander's, Monty? You're all about the books.
I think I have enough reading material for this evening.
Good to know. But I'll keep my eye out for any other books stores.
It's very thoughtful of you.
That's what I'm good at.
You guys make it to Riverview Crest. You go in. You talk to the innkeeper. You talk to the bartenders. You do whatever it is that you do at an inn and a tavern for the evening. Before you go to bed, is there anything that you do or talk about specifically? I don't have any prompts. I'm just is there anything special you want to do, just to lead us out?
Uh, I just order. I ordered the first round of drinks for all of us.
As we sit there, I start to thumb through the Folk Superstitions Volume 1.
Okay. John, Caliban.
Uh, yeah. So let me see.
Yeah, so.
No, I have my drink, and then I go to bed.
Okay. Okay. Great. Well,
Mm.
you'll all have a wonderful
But
evening.
before I go to bed, while Zunari is drinking, hey Zunari, where are Aarakocra from, anyways?
Well, I mean, much like humans, we are from all over the place.
But
I
where are you from?
I come from a mountainous region, a upper forest where I grew up near a small village, and you know,
Do
towards
do these places have names? I mean, I'm not going. I'm not planning on going there. You don't have to worry. It's just curious.
oh, nowhere too fancy.
Oh,
I'll tell you another time.
okay, I can see that you are a bit in a down mood. Let me get you a drink. But thank you for buying drinks. I'll see you tomorrow, Zonari.
Sounds good.
Yeah, have a good night, gentlemen.
Yes.
All right. And with that in mind, gentlemen, you finish all your evening. You get yourself into bed. You're tuckered out. You just cross your arms and just enjoy the cool breeze from your window pane as the noise downstairs, the music and the rustling and tussling slowly dies down. You fall asleep, and everything is quiet for the rest of the evening, leading you into the next day and leading us out of tonight's session. Wap, 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 wap.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Ba-da-ba-ba, cliffhanger.
Yay!
Thank you, everybody, specifically Travis, John, and Kevin for being players in this story. I am Brandon, the DM, and anybody who's watching on the stream. Thank you for paying attention. To include my wife, who I'm sorry I did make out with you on camera in front of people. I know you stopped watching a long time ago. I saw Travis laughing a lot at one point in time. That was hard to get over for a second. But anyway, it was fun. I'm so glad we had tonight between all of us.
Indeed.
Yeah, well, if you're watching this after we're live over on YouTube or on the Twitch rerun, yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe so that you can get notified anytime we go live. I think you have to hit a bell or something for that. I don't know. We don't really do YouTube too much. But we appreciate you watching. Thanks for hanging out. And until next time, bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Smash that like button.
What did you say?
Smash that
Smash
like
the like button.
Smash the like button. I'm going to smash the end stream button.